South Korea has condemned a defense pact that North Korea signed with Russia earlier this week. The foreign ministry called it a threat to peace and stability on the Korean peninsula. Seoul summoned Russia's ambassador to the foreign ministry to discuss its concerns. While the details of the military pact are still murky, South Korea is worried that it could encourage North Korean aggression. Seoul announced in response that it was considering sending weapons to Ukraine to support its defense against Russia. Journalist Frank Smith joins me now from Seoul for more on this. Frank, Vladimir Putin warned Seoul that supporting Ukraine would be a very big mistake. How is Seoul interpreting that warning?
Well, I think Seoul is still interpreting that warning. One of the articles of this agreement suggested that each country, North Korea and Russia, would come to each other's aid with all means if they were in a state of war. The Korean War ended with an armistice, not a peace treaty. So a state of war arguably exists now on the Korean peninsula. Recently, North Korea, over the past couple of months, has been reinforcing its defensive positions along the DMZ, including crossing the MDL, the military demarcation line inside that heavily mined area. According to South Korean military, North Korean troops died in explosions in that area over the past week, again, reinforcing their positions, including anti-tank barriers. South Korea fired warning shots just yesterday, driving these North Korean soldiers back onto their side of the border. So the interpretation of this is, and the questions that are arising, is this military pact going to embolden Kim Jong-un further? Paresh?
And is this military pact already having an impact on tensions between North and South Korea?
Yes, it is. I mentioned again what's going on along the border. There have also been calls here in South Korea over the past couple of years with North Korea's nuclear and missile developments for South Korea to obtain its own nuclear weapons. And even in the past day, those calls have come from the U.S. that with an American senator suggesting that the U.S. should redeploy nuclear weapons to the Korean peninsula. So there are a number of perhaps unintended consequences that are being felt among the capitals in the region, including South Korea, the U.S. and Japan, as well as even China, that might look upon the agreement between North Korea and Russia with some disdain, but would certainly be increasingly worried with now more talks of nuclear weapons for South Korea. Paresh?
Journalist Frank Smith in Seoul, thanks very much for that.